This will be some overhand guitar technique. First example, I'm going to use a C triad, which would be a C, an E, and a G. And I'll be playing it with overhand technique. Now the way to do this is the E note, I'll be anchoring my middle finger there on the E note. I'll hammer the C, and then I'll hammer the G with my right hand. So it'll be like... C major triad. Now to make a minor, I just drop the E to the E flat, and I have an E minor triad. Now when hammering with the right hand, you can use like a downward strike, or you use an upward strike, kind of like what Van Halen does. There you can extend and do like, say, like a melody with your right hand. And I use the C major scale to do that. You can use whatever scale you need for the piece you'd be playing in. Now a little exercise I like to do, I like to take triads, and I use the E minor aeolian mode, and I'll start with the triads that go through the scale. First will be an E minor triad. I'm doing this on the first two strings. D major triad. C major triad. B minor triad. A minor triad. G major triad. F sharp diminished, and an E minor triad. So that completes the whole octave. Now I'll just run this all together. Scale on the last one there. Okay, so you can move those triads around, do them anywhere, do them in different keys, and it works pretty cool. Okay, another thing you might want to do when you do have a triad, it's good to practice the scale. Say if you're doing like an A minor triad here, you can take the one string where you're doing the hammering, and do it right in aeolian mode. So it's kind of good to practice. You kind of see the triad on the guitar. You can also practice your scale at the same time. This can be done with any triad or mode, whatever, so that's actually a pretty cool thing to do. Okay, another thing you can do too, once you get used to this hammering thing, you can take, like, I'll go back to the C triad here. You can kind of do a little string skipping thing. You can go like, move like, say like the C note over to a G. And you can put little fills and stuff, but it's kind of neat that way. You can get like a 6 here. And you can shift keys that way, or you can just stay in the same key and then add like the G, which would be the 5th. That gives you the octave. So you kind of get some neat effects out of it. Okay. Now what I want to do is kind of give you an idea of some scale work you can do. I'll do this in the key of D, and I'll use a D minor pentatonic. Okay. Now, just to do a basic pentatonic scale, you can just use the index finger of each hand and just go across like the box position, for example, like. And you backwards. And it's really not that hard once you get the idea of practice. And you just take one string and you go like back and forth. Next string. If you want to get used to hammering both your hands. That'll kind of give you the best speed and accuracy. And you can also kind of bar these tunes going back and forth. And then once you get used to it, then you kind of... You can put bends like here. I take like your typical bend you would normally do like this, except now I'm doing it with the two hands. So I'm bending with this hand to do those kind of bends. And another thing I like to do is if I'm doing like lead patterns this way, I like to take advantage of the half step, and I'll slide like my right hand where a half step would be. So. So here I'm just doing the D Dorian mode, and where you have the half steps, kind of a good place to slide. And of course you can do a whole step slide also, but the half steps are really cool because they're right there. Now you also have like the flatted fifth, and that's good. If you're playing blues, you'll put the flatted fifths. Like. So you do some kind of cool blues riffs that way. Now, if you want to do, like, say, like 3 notes at a time, I recommend starting out, and I'll move a little bit up. I'll still do the same D Dorian scale. I'm going to use 1 finger of the left hand and 2 of the right hand. So when you do this, you'll be able to get the 3 notes per string. Okay, so all I'm doing there is just hammering on the first note, and then my right hand hammers on the next two. The next two. Run those. Is anywhere in the neck you can do. It's pretty easy to do, and what I recommend is to stay on 1 string. You can start writing the scale over the neck, and it actually is pretty easy once you get used to it. Now another cool thing, if you're going to start running the scales, what you can do too, like if you're doing the triad, okay, and I'll go back to the C major triad at the beginning.